Okay, now no comments allowed. E55 2004, I believe it is. Now this is like a barn find in a way. It's been sitting for ages. You can tell it's been neglected, and yeah, it's pretty dire. You got mouse nest and what have you. We have rotten pulleys, well, this one at least. We have supercharger bearing that is squealing like crazy. We have some sort of fluid leak. I don't know what that fluid is, what it is, power steering, what have you. But this is not the concern at this moment. The concern here is the actual miss. What I'm talking about miss is that we have a shake in the engine. So before I do anything, that is the number one thing I want to check up on. And later I'm gonna be making a video about this car. If I get this engine to run, and if it's just like not serious, like a coil or spark plugs or what have you, then we will continue. Somebody bought this car to, you know, to repair and to have it. It's a fun car, no question about it. But you know, obviously it's seen its better days. Yeah, I think the mouse used to live up there. Yep. So it's seen its better days. But anyway, like I said, the objective here is to get our engine to more or less run, and then the rest, we'll deal with the rest. First things first. Now the car runs, drives, everything works. Suspension, transmission, HVAC, radio doesn't work, but that's a different story. Lights, seats, pretty much it's operational. It's just that it's just been neglected badly. So, and it was a city car, obviously, so you can tell. So somebody bought it, and we're gonna be trying to fix it up. Let's take a look quickly what the codes tell us, if anything. And I don't really want to start it in here because this is in between houses, so it will get quite loud. Exhaust, you know, AMG is just it's loud exhaust, so I'm not really going to start it right now to show you these things. First things first, like I want to see the engine. Pressure sensor, idle speed implausible, load limit is active. Gee, it's probably some sort of, we probably have some serious air leak somewhere. That's why the engine shakes. Okay, so just make this quick addition, and then I'm probably gonna quit working for today. Now I got the air cleaners removed, and the actual filters are horrible. They're really like horrible. Talking about like pretty horrible. Like you can't, you know, you can't even tell. It's just like, boy, same over here. It's like dirty black, like one of the worst ones I've seen. Now surprisingly, I don't see much of an oil leak on these little covers because they've been done at some point of time. Hose, it's more or less pliable still, so most likely they've been done and then the car was just left there to sit. Yeah, because usually you got lots of oil coming around these covers and they're not leaking as bad as it could be. Throttle body is really dirty. That is to be cleaned off. As you can see here, that's our throttle body. I'm not gonna deal with it, but most likely the problem with codes that I receive are this. You know, this is the problem. I mean, you clearly see this hose detached, and it's been detached for quite a little bit. This one goes straight to the intake manifold, So we obviously have a humongous vacuum leak because this is the evap system vacuum. So obviously I haven't done this because, as you can see, when I'm touching the hose, I have imprints here from my fingers. So hopefully this will do our vacuum leak, and this hose to be replaced because it's all cracking. Not really a good side. And that's about it for now. So pulleys had been done. They're quiet. This one is quiet too. Well, this one just sat unused for like forever. If you look at the belt shaped itself into just, you know, just like it's been sitting like this. There's some rust from the pulley. That's basically how it's set, unstarted for ages. And supercharger pulley is really bad. Yeah, that's some horrible sound. So not good. So actually, you know, that rust probably was from the crank pulley. Looking at the belt, the way it would have sat, something like this, yes, that makes sense. This is the rust from this pulley, the bottom is the rust from the crank pulley. So what I'm thinking of doing is, bearing here is good, no noise, no nothing. This is really literally minimal play. So I'm thinking of removing it, just clean this from rust, just grind it down a little bit, just make it look a little better, more shiny. Call it a day. These pulleys have no play. That's encouraging sign. These are expensive, the dual pulley here. The supercharger, yes, bearing to be done. This is crazy. And whatever the leaks are, I don't know. I have to dig into this later. Right now, like I said earlier, I want to get this engine to run good. I don't want it to shake. I don't want it to limp. I want it to run good, and it wasn't. So hopefully, with that huge vacuum leak, that's a humongous vacuum leak. So if that's corrected, now we can go ahead and check up on, you know, the rest of the issues here. The first things first. Okay, so for now I'll be done with this. I'm not gonna even put on supercharger belt, just let it be. Put the air cleaners back on, and next step will be is to start this engine probably tomorrow. Start it up, see how it runs with that corrected. I also will check up on the actual values here, because I will see my pressure sensor value. Now it's implausible, idle speed, load limit. So all of this calls for pretty much humongous vacuum leak. If it would have been one code, that's one thing, but now we have 3 codes and all correlate to sort of an idle situation. I mean vacuum leak situation where idle is not controlled and all that, because it's electronically controlled with the throttle body. So long story short, that's the objective. And yeah, so I guess the next video will be when I start it up, and we'll try to look for leaks. Now this tank is to be replaced for sure, because the mounting points are broken, and once the mounting points are broken, you have stress here on this line. God forbid it cracks, so then you're gonna have lots of coolant leaking all over the engine. Not gonna be fun. So that is to be replaced. And obviously cleaning all of this stuff, have to vacuum this all. I'm gonna pull out my old vacuum cleaner and attach a little tube, and I'm gonna try to vacuum up all of this. Nasty, really nasty. I might even go far, and I might even pressure wash this engine, because this is terrible to work in these conditions. In these conditions is just really terrible. I mean, nasty. I don't want to touch nothing. So, but again, first things first, engine running. Second thing, we'll move on. If engine is alive, then the rest is just whatever cosmetics. All right, so this is going to be all for now, and I'll move on. I'll make another edition soon. So this is Victor at historymercedes.com. Thank you for watching.